Hey everybody, Dr. Lady J here. Come on in. Yeah, I'm really not tonight. I'm really not going to be on here for a long time. But we have to get our baptisms in, and I tell you, people, um, they just don't stop. They just keep on getting on my nerves. So I have to do a baptism. So tonight I'm doing baptism on displaced anger, and please make sure that you do me a favor and share the video because that helps me out a lot. And then they have this new thing on here with stars. I have to oh shoot. I'm trying to share the video. I got myself in here talking. They have this new thing called stars. I have to figure out what that means, but it was like, get some stars. So if y'all see the thing with the stars, make sure you put the stars on it because I don't even know what the heck that means. I gotta figure it out. But it's on my What Up Baltimore page. But anyway, tonight I'm not going to be on here long because I am tired. I have been busy, busy all day long. And the thing about it is that in order for me to be Lady J, um, I am a person that I'm constantly working on how to build my brand, how to make it better, how not to be like everybody else. So, people talk about Donald Trump and everything, but I'm gonna tell you something. One thing I learned, and I used to follow Donald Trump. This has nothing to do with what I'm going to talk about, but I used to follow Donald Trump before he became president, and just for business reasons. So don't y'all get all bent out of shape. I don't care if you get been out of shape anyway, but yeah, I used to follow him. And one thing I learned about him that he said when other people are sleeping, he was always awake working. And I learned that from him, and that's the same thing I do right now. So my thing is, you know, I never want to be like the average person, and I learned that from my parents. Don't ever be average. I want to be extraordinary. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say about that. But yeah, let me say this. Okay, I'm about to go in. We're going to do a baptism tonight, and I'm really about to go in on these people with displaced anger because I'm going to tell you something. I've gotten really good. I've gotten very good in dealing with people with displaced anger. But sometimes y'all do a little bit too much because I don't say anything. So there are a few people, I wish I could call their names, but I can't. There are a few people in my pathway that every time we're in each other's presence, that they have to show their extra side. And I really, let me see, make sure I'm not missing the comments. I really go out of my way to stay out of their way because I know for some reason, when I come around, I irritate the heck out of them. Now, a couple of them, I know what's going on. I know what's going on. But I'm going to tell you something. People with displaced anger, after a while, that gets old. And people like me who keep, trying to have that forgiving spirit, I'm trying to work with you. I'm trying to tell myself, like, okay, they're going through something. But hi, Zalika, how are you? Y'all vote for Zalika Bazemore. She's running for delegate. Look her up. Go Google her. So, the thing about it is that I try really hard to appease these people and I try to be nice. I try to like I said, go out of my way to just so show some kind of kindness to let them know, like, I know you're going through something, but I'm gonna overlook it today. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. People with displaced anger, I understand why you get your feelings hurt. I do. Not saying that it's right or wrong, but I'm saying that I understand it because you, instead of taking the kindness that somebody is laying out in front of you, you still continue to be the same old nasty person, no matter what. And I'm getting a little bit tired of it. I really am because I have changed 1,000%. But the one thing that I'm asking God to help me with is with these people with displaced anger who think that they can keep walking around being nasty. If I'm not nasty to you, don't be nasty to me. And the thing about me is that I'm the kind of person, anybody knows me, I'm the kind of person I will always say, let's sit down and talk. Because I'm a talker. I'd rather have a conversation. Let's talk about it. You might yell and scream or whatever, but let's get it out into the atmosphere and let's keep it moving. We don't have to go on a roundabout. You say your thing, I say my thing. However we walk away, good. But let's just end it there. But these people with displaced anger, it's like it's in them so much that they really cannot let it go. And I gotta tell y'all something, like, you are literally killing yourselves. You're killing yourselves with this displaced anger, and you're killing other people because you're getting on our nerves. And nobody is going to come on the camera, and a lot of people are probably walking on eggshells. And I'm going to tell you something. Some of the people that I'm around, I'm saying, Lord Jesus, help me, because one day I'm not going to walk around the eggshells. I'm going to just go ahead and step on them and say what I have to say, because I'm really, really, when I tell you, I am getting tired to the point where I want to snatch this wig off. That's how tired I am, because I'm tired of pretending like, oh, this person is having a bad day. All the time you're having a bad day? All the time when you see me, it's a problem? All the time? Come on. Now I'm thinking, you just nasty. You're just a nasty person. You're a bitter, angry, nasty person. And whatever it is that happened to you has nothing to do with me. But sometimes maybe I remind people of somebody, or maybe um, somebody that I know who's done something to you. I don't know what the heck is going on, because I don't harbor that kind of stuff. I don't. Like, I don't. And anyway, let me just, because I always try to enlighten people with the hopes that people who watch my baptisms are not just, on here like we laugh it up and all of that. But I really want you to learn something, because maybe you have displaced anger, and maybe you don't know it, and maybe nobody is telling you that you're getting on their last nerves. Because I'm telling you, I'm done. And I'm asking Jesus to help me, because some of y'all, one or two of y'all, are about to get it. Because my days are very long, and I try to be cordial to everybody all throughout the day. Not only that, I get calls, chaplaincy calls. Everybody got a problem. And I don't mind that, because that's what I chose to do. But when I have to run into your nastiness, and you're just nasty for no reason, you're nasty because you think that goes with your outfit that you have on for the day. I'm telling y'all, I'm done. I'm really, really done. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, like I said, do what I normally do, and I'm going to share, because you know what I've been noticing too? I've been doing these baptisms, and I think people are like, you know what? Let me not bother her, because I do not want to be in the baptism. And thank you very much. So, but I'm going to get these people tonight, because I'm telling you, my nerves can't take it no more. Y'all done bore my nerves. You work on my nerves, and I don't I just can't do it anymore. You're working my nerves. Can't do it. I'm trying, Jesus. I'm trying, and I know that God is testing me, because I keep telling y'all, one of the things that's a big problem for me is my mouth. I will cut you up with words without cussing you out, and it is just getting to be a bit much. So let me um, tell you about people with displaced anger. So a lot of times People have things that happen in their life. And this is why I always say that therapy, counseling, psychiatrist, psychologist, medication, anything that's going to help you to move away from that stuck place, please get it done because you're worrying everybody else's nerves. So people with displaced anger, normally it's because they're harboring some type of pain, um, that's happened to them in life, and they just can't figure out how to get out of that stuck place. And guys, I'm always talking about people being in that stuck place, and I've shared with you that I had a stuck place, and so, but I didn't put that on anyone else. And so, people who are in these situations with this displaced anger, sometimes you become the punching bag. Now, Zalika Bazemore's husband was a boxer, Kenny Bazemore. He done punched faces, bags, and everything. But that was his job. That's what he got paid to do. So people like that, I don't have a problem. You get paid to punch people in the face. But you don't get to keep punching me like I'm the everlast bag. You don't get to keep punching me. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm at the although we come to the end of the road. I'm at the end of the road with y'all, okay? I'm at the end of the road. And I can let go. Boys the Men said I can't let go. I can let go. I'm at the end of the road and I'm about to let go. Because y'all, when I tell you, so anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. So people with displaced anger, because I'm trying to watch my time, because I've been working all day and I'm getting ready to go in here and just put my feet up for real. I've been working since about 7 this morning, nonstop. Um, so they use displaced anger as a defense mechanism. It's soothing for them to be nasty to you. And so they walk around with walls all around them. If you could actually see the walls, if you could actually see the walls that they have around them, you would think you were at Fort Knox because they have walls all around them, a defense mechanism. And sometimes you could just smile and that makes them mad. Because whatever it is that they have pent up inside of them, that pent up aggression, and sometimes they don't even know what it is because so many things may have happened. And I am not minimizing hurt, pain, or whatever people have gone through. Shoot, I've gone through hell, but that's why I went to therapy, and that's why I still go to therapy because I know what I went through has nothing to do with anybody else. What happened to me and my situation with my marriage has nothing to do with any man walking on this earth. That was my situation and my ex-husband that I dealt with. So I can't take out any pain, aggression, or anything else out on any other man because they didn't have anything to do with it. But you have people who refuse to get help. And these people are negative all the time. All the time. No matter what you try to do, no matter what you say, no matter how nice you are to them, they are negative, nasty people. And then they have a very small, like you can put on two fingers, two friends that they might have, that they hang with, or they kind of confide in. Everybody else is the enemy and they don't know why. And I'm baptizing them tonight because I'm sick of it. Y'all didn't ask me to baptize you, but that's what I do over here. I baptize the ones who don't ask for it. You're not asking because you don't know that you need to be baptized. So I'm going to do it for you. And they have very high aggression, very high. And they just are always having their own personal pity party. Woe is me. And will tell you, or maybe not tell you, because some of them don't outwardly tell you exactly how they feel. Now, I have had some who say things to me until they realize, don't let the wig and the smile fool you, because the wig comes off. And then you see the real me. I got hair up under here, but it's either going to be braided back or it's going to be brushed back. Now don't play, and they see that, so they don't do it no more. But you have some people who have this attitude that, oh, he or she thinks that they're great. They think they're this. They think they're that. You're not even thinking that. That's not even on your mind, on your radar. You're just being you. You're just enjoying life. You're just trying to have a good daggone day. But you have people who have not dealt with the hurt and the pain that they've gone through, and they see something in you. Let me break it down for you, because see, I got to help them too. I hope they listen, because I had to learn this, and I'm so thankful. That's an amen moment. I'm so thankful. Thank you, Lord. They see something in you. Now, I know one more thing. I'm sitting out here with these mosquitoes, and I don't do bugs. This thing is just flying around. I don't even know what it is. But they see something in you that they want. They want to be like you. They want to understand how you're able to be that person, and you've gone through so many obstacles. Let me break it down for y'all a little bit more. I'm gonna be transparent right now. And I hope the people, when I say this, I hope y'all listening, because I want you to get what I'm getting ready to say. There are people who kind of reveled in happiness when I had my strokes. And I knew that God was going to lift me up. I already knew, because He had already told me. He told me clearly that He was going to lift me up. That's why I never cried and I was never depressed. And I kept on just encouraging my nurses and doctors. The moment I started getting better, I noticed these people with displaced anger were almost looking at me like they were mad that I was getting better. When I graduated last year, the look. When I graduated this year, the look of anger, hatred, hatred, bitterness, envy, jealousy. And they go to church every week, ain't learning nothing. Every week. That's why y'all need to come to the community church. Even if you don't like me, because you're going to learn something over there. Every single week, go to church. And what I felt from these people was unreal. Because sometimes people can say things without saying a word. Their body language, their energy. And I think because I studied all of that, I know when people don't like me right away. And I don't bother you. You don't bother me. I don't bother you. It don't mean a thing. But some of these people they were too close. That's why I said you got to watch who you have in your life, because you can't allow everybody to have access. And I had allowed quite a few people to have access to me. This was before Lady J. And I realized that what they really want is for me, and I got to talk about me, because I talk to so many people, y'all, counsel people, that I can't really, I got to be careful about what I say, because I don't want to tell somebody else's story. So for those of you who are always saying, oh, she always telling her story, get off of my live, because I don't tell other people's business. Everybody will tell you how to do on their live. Go get your own platform, your own station, and then you can say what you want to say. Bye. So I realized with these people that if I had continued to be bound in my wheelchair, not being able to talk, And that's why I never made an announcement about being in school. I never made an announcement about when graduation was going to be because I knew people weren't happy for me. And I don't need you to be Debbie Downers and Debbie and Downer Dans. I call them Debbie Downers and Downer Dans. I don't need you to be those people in my life or even talk about me so you don't know what I'm doing. I realized that had I continued to be depressed, falling apart, suicidal, they would have been happy because all they did was talk about me when I was going through my mess. But I'm here tonight and I'm sitting here talking to everyone. I'm not mad at everybody. And I'm doing this baptism for two reasons. I want to help those who are dealing with people who have displaced anger. And then I want to talk to the people who are dealing with displaced anger. To tell you that's not pretty. That's not an accessory. Take that off. And the Bible talks about us wearing the garment of praise. Take that garment of negativity off. Take that garment of nastiness off of you. Because you're wearing stuff that really does not go with you at all, unless that's who you want to be. So that's the reason why I'm doing this little short thing, because I want to help people to deal with. So how do you deal with somebody who has displaced anger? And I see your comments. I'm gonna get to them in just a minute because if I don't uh, finish this, everybody, I'm so tired. I'm gonna forget what I'm saying. How do you deal with people with displaced anger? The one thing, and I always tell people, silence speaks volumes. So when I'm around these people and they are exhibiting displaced anger, I get real quiet. Because before, I'm gonna be honest with you, I used to go off and I used to let them have it. And we'd be going back and forth. And let me tell you something about that. Some people love chaos. And some people like arguing. I don't like chaos. I don't like arguing. I'm not an arguer. I don't like arguing. And some people will keep picking and picking and picking at you because they like to argue. They want you to argue with them. They want you to fight with them. And you're feeding that beast in them, that beast of displaced anger. You're feeding them. Starve them. And so what I've learned to do when I'm around these people, Lord Jesus, is to be quiet. And that is the hardest thing for me to do. Because every now and again, I want to get up in their face and let them know that I have had enough. But I've learned the best thing to do is to be quiet. You know why? Because there's no point in arguing and explaining yourself to someone who really doesn't know who they are. They really haven't dealt with their issues. They're in a stuck place. They need help. They need therapy. They need counseling. What is your arguing and your back and forth going to do? Like I said, it just feeds that beast in them. Starve the beast by ignoring them. Just be silent. Because I tell everybody, Lady J, Charlene Jenkins, Miss Jenkins, Dr. J, Chaplain J, I walk in peace. And you are not going to disturb my peace. That's what you're not going to do. And always remember that you have the power to remove yourself from the situation. You don't have to stand there and take that. And when I learned that, I said, you know what? I have to take my power back because I've been standing here giving them the power in the room because I'm standing here arguing back and forth with them for what? They are enjoying this. They like it. So I'm going to starve you. You won't get full around me. And I noticed that it makes them angrier, more bitter, because they can't quite figure me out right now. They used to the old me. And I said, oh, she's gone. You're not going to get her. You're not going to resurrect her because I'm walking in peace. And now that I know what it's like to walk in peace, that's something that you're not going to disturb. I'm going to let you stay in your corner and do what you do. I'll leave. The other thing is, um, I did tell you that leave the room. The other thing is that, reorient yourself because I tell you, it is frustrating when it's never ending. It's annoying. I'm trying to think of all the words that I want to say. It's annoying when you know that you haven't done anything and yet and still this person continues to be nasty for years. They just continue to be nasty. I'm at a point in my life where I am really working on cutting them off. A few of them is hard because they're family, but I'm at a point. I don't care if it's family or not. You're getting cut because you're not going to keep working my nerves. You're just not. And I'm not going to have conversations anymore. I'm not going to argue anymore. I'm going to disconnect. And sometimes for your sanity, for your peace, and for your health, I've told people over and over, I had 3 strokes and a heart attack. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not. So if I feel like, I'm talking about, if I feel like you're about to get on my nerves, you're getting cut. I don't care who you are. And y'all know I love my son to pieces, but he knows too. If I feel like you're acting up and you about to work my nerve, you will be cut off too. Because what's not going to happen is me sitting up in the hospital, not being able to walk and talk again. That's not going to happen. And so with these people, you have to really, if you're a Christian, like the Bible always tells us to pray for them. But you have to be silent when you're around them and disengage. You, you make sure that you don't get caught up in anything that they're doing. Dismantle anything that they're trying to put out. Nope, we're not doing that. And you don't even have to say a word. You just say it to yourself. We're not doing that. And because if you notice, people who have displaced anger, they act the same way every time. It's no change. And so at this point in time, I tell myself, sometimes I say to myself, why are you getting mad? You already knew they were going to act like this when you came into the room. You already knew. So why you get mad? Why are you getting upset? Just disengage and walk away. You have way more stuff going on than they can count, which is another thing that irritates them because people with displaced anger don't like to see you grow. They don't like to see you soar. It's something in them, and excuse me for using this word, but it's something in you that pisses them off. And they will never tell you, but their nastiness will show you. And I'm going to tell you, people with displaced anger, the way this world is going and the way people are on edge, gas prices are sky high, you can barely buy food, you can't buy no baby formula, it's getting harder and harder to do certain things. Y'all better straighten up and fly right, like my grandmother said, because people got enough to deal with. And dealing with your displaced anger is not one of the things that they want on their list. So I'm trying to help you tonight. That's why I'm baptizing you. Because enough is enough. Now, if you happen to go off, because I know we have those moments where it's like, you know what, I can't take it. I'm just going to cut you out and get it over with. If you happen to have a moment like that, it's okay because we're human. But work on not being caught up. And the way I look at it is that I never want to be pulled back into anything. And so when I see people displaying displaced anger and they're exerting all of this negative energy towards me, I remove myself because if I keep myself in the room, I'm going to be where they are and they're only pulling me into that black hole that they're in. And I'm not going there. So I move back and listen, however they fall or whatever happens to them, that is their business. That has nothing to do with me. Because when I entered the room, I was in a good mood. And when I leave the room, I'm going to be in a good mood. Now, that was just some little tidbits for those of you who may be dealing with people who have displaced anger. They're very controlling. And once they realize that they can control you, they can control the situation, oh, they take off and they run on 10. I think I need to go live in the woods somewhere just for quiet sake. It's just maybe something I'm going to have to do. So anyway, they pride themselves. And I don't even know if they really realize it, but they pride themselves on being in control. Now, they will be in control of you, or no, let me take that back. They will try to be in control of you, in control of the situation, telling everybody what to do and everybody how to do it because their way is always the right way. And the reason they exert, this behavior of being in control so much is because they can't control what's going on inside of them. So maybe I can control you and make you act up and make you be out of order. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, you can't. Because when I figured that out, I dismantled everything. The only thing you better try to control is yourself and your mood because you're not going to control me. Now, what I would suggest to people who are dealing with people with displaced anger, make sure that you keep working on you, especially when you know you're going to be around this person or around these people. Work on you and understand that you have so much in you that you don't need to resort to yelling and screaming at them, with them, acting like them. They asking you 50. I'm trying to bite my tongue because I have to watch what I'm saying. They're asking you 50,000 questions and they feel like you need to answer. Listen, you guys, you are way too smart. You got way too much going on to give into that. That's to help you all to not deal with people who are coming at you with displaced anger. Understand they're coming at you because they see something in you. And on a spiritual tip, the devil is sending them to attack you because so they can become like you and they will attack you in the area that they know is going to tear you down. See, people that come at me, they attack me with words because they know you keep running that mouth, I'm going to come at you. And then when I don't say anything, they are kind of like looking like they out and they're out, like they're trying to figure out what's going on. And you know what I did? I leave them in the room. You're in this room, I'll go in another room. You're in this building, I'll go outside. I'm gonna let you have all the space that you need because I need space too. Now, for those of you who um, are dealing with displaced anger, and I want to say this to you because some of you may not even be getting this or understanding this either. A person who has displaced anger can be very abusive verbally, mentally, emotionally, sometimes physically, because they are so angry. And if you allow yourself to be the punching bag or the brunt of all of the things that they're putting out into the atmosphere, they're going to do it. It's abusive behavior. Please understand that. And every time I hear that word abuse, oh, I take off like I'm at Nassau because you're not going to abuse me. I've already been there. I take off. So, understand that it's abusive behavior. Um, Being angry, all of the things that you think about, being angry, being upset, being so tense and so, guarded, and all these things. And when you just try to say something to them out of the kindness, the goodness of your heart, there's no negative tone in your voice. There's nothing. You're just trying to extend that olive branch. Let me tell you something. They will take that olive branch and break it over your head if they can. Because you know how they say if you give people an inch, they'll take a mile. That's how people with displaced anger are. But once they realize, see, a couple of people have realized that Lady J has dismantled, and Lady J don't could care less if you have displaced anger. I'm going to pray for you, but you're not going to sit there and we're not going to go back and forth anymore. Those days are over, and I wish you well. I'm going to walk in peace, and I'm going to keep on going before I put you in pieces. So I keep on going. Now, that's why I said I had to baptize these people tonight, because they need to understand that that's not okay. Your behavior is not okay. You are out of order, and you have to understand that just because you feel like, you're having a bad day, and you feel like um, when I or whoever the person is walks into the room, that you can just snap at them, like that's not okay, and that's not normal behavior. And somebody has to tell you. A lot of people let people with displaced anger just walk away, walk out of the room. Oh, they just having a bad. Oh, that's just the way they are. That might be the way you are, but that's not okay. I'm overweight, but that's not okay. I need to go to the gym. We got to stop making excuses for people talking about it's okay. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about them. No, no, it's not okay, and they need to be checked, because it's not okay. Because if they're doing it to you, they're doing it to somebody else. And for some of them, they feel like, um, they're so comfortable with it. That's just who they are. And it's not okay. It's not okay. It's never okay to be abusive to another person or to be nasty to another person and they haven't done anything to you. The anger and the hurt and the pain is inside of you. Go deal with that. You got a cell phone? Google, look up some counselors. Don't call me because I don't want to counsel you. Look up some counselors or therapists or somebody to help you. Pray, ask Jesus. But I tell you, enough is enough. I don't know if it's my age or what's going on, but I tell you, my tolerance level is below zero. And I tell people, I walk in peace. Let me keep walking in peace. Now, let me, what is this saying? I'm going to read these comments. So, Jalika Bazemore said, oh, hey, Mr. Kenny Bazemore. I used to watch him when I was a kid. He said, amen. She said, I just love you. Eric Short says, Lady J, do we have to separate family from friends? Sometimes family can be the worst. Displaced anger is just mental health in most situations. And Zalika said, what was that? Zalika, that's these kids or Fox or somebody. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I just asked the angel to protect me. I'm tired, for real. Tired of looking over my shoulder. But anyway, back to Eric's question. He said, Lady J, do we have to separate family from friends? Let me tell you something, Eric Shorts. Family, family can be the worst. Family can take you down, they can take you out. And family, if you don't get your life and your soul right, when Jesus come back, you're going to go straight to hell, messing with your family. And that's the truth. Just because they're blood does not mean that they get to be abusive. And I see that in families all the time. And my family member molested me from 11 to 14. And the people in my family that know, they just act like it's another day. And he's still walking around doing what he wants to do. And you know what? I've forgiven him. Because here's what I've realized. And we all need to understand this. When you do dirt to somebody and you hurt somebody, you best believe before you close your eyes and leave this earth, you're going to feel every bit of that pain and more that you put on somebody else. And I'm not telling you what I heard, I'm telling you what I've seen. And this was before the whole me being a chaplain. I would just be in the hospital visiting people who were devils and demons in their life, and the suffering that they went through. I felt a little sorry for them, but not too much, because I said you got to do some of this suffering, because you done messed up somebody's life. So yeah, I've forgiven this person, but I see them on social media, and I see family acting like he's so great. We're gonna ignore what happened. And you know what I did? I've just separated myself from people who don't respect what I've gone through. You don't respect my pain. You don't respect um, my tears and what I had to suffer through. What I'm gonna sit up there and spend time with you for? Friend or family? I'm disconnecting. You don't deserve to be around me. I'm gonna pray for you, but we're not gonna spend no time together. It ain't that kind of party. Now, you said displaced anger is just mental health in most situations. True, that's true. And that's why I said they need to go and see a therapist, a counselor, psychiatrist, psychologist. Go see somebody, because some of y'all need medication. Because there's a mental health situation. And it's also a thing where you don't want to address some people. And let me say this in defense of those who suffer with displaced anger. Some people have been so traumatized, whether it was sexually traumatized or whatever, they've been so traumatized. And instead of letting it out and getting some help and the therapy that they need, they have held it all in, and it's eating them up on the inside. It is destroying them, and they don't even understand it. So when you come along, and as a matter of fact, one of the people, we went through the same thing. I can use that as an example. I can use me. Me and this lady went through the same thing, and I had shared it with her about being molested. But God has blessed me to move on with my life. And, you know, I didn't move on just like that. I went through some stuff. But people a lot of times they don't look at your been through. They don't look at what you've been through. They looking at the breakthrough. They looking at the great things you're doing now. I wasn't always Lady J, confident, could sit on the camera and talk to people. But people look at that now and they become envious and all of that. That's why I don't hang with people. That's why you see me by myself. Because if you knew what I had gone through, you wouldn't have that type of attitude. But I remember sharing with this lady, yeah, we were talking. I'm like, yeah, I went through the same thing. As time went on, that's why you gotta be careful who you talk to. Also, I've learned that over the years. As time went on, I noticed the bitterness coming out of her. I noticed anger. I noticed envy when I announced that I was graduating last year and this year. And I noticed that she didn't say congratulations. She didn't say wow. Now she's seen the good, bad, and the ugly with me. All of it. And I said to myself, wow, okay. She has displaced anger. I noticed that her words and her tone was a little sharper when we talked. And I said, you know what? Mm-mm. Love you, love you, but I'm going to cut you off because all of what you're doing is taking me back. It's bringing back memories that I have let go. I can't go there with you. I can't travel down that path with you because God now has me on a path of greatness, and I know who I am, so I can't go with you. So I had to cut her off. We continue to bump into each other every now and again, and I notice how nasty she is. Very nasty. Um, she. Now, give me 1 second because for some reason there's an idiot that was on the shows tonight, and I see him popping up on here trying to put porn stuff up here. So I had to cut her off. It hurt a little bit, but I think I was getting to the point of cutting her off because I'm just like, why are you nasty every time we get together? Why are you like no card, no congratulations? And it seemed like when I graduated for the second time with the chaplaincy thing, that really made her mad. And I said, okay. And so people with displaced anger, what I learned just from that situation is that um, they get angry when you're able to move on and they can't. Instead of them going to get help to try to figure out how to move on, how to get to that how to get out of that stuck place and move to the next level in their life, they're so busy looking at what you're doing that they can't move on. I found out that, and I don't even care if she's watching at this point. um, I found out that she was talking behind my back really badly. I was like, wow, okay. But you know what? I never responded. Because here's the thing, I feel like this people who know me. And the people who know me know that if I have something to say about them, I'm going to say it to them. I don't need to have a third party, nobody. I don't need to have a mediator. I'm going to just tell you and I'm going to move on. So when I was hearing some of the stuff that she's putting out into the atmosphere, um, talking about the school I went to, um, why am I getting a degree in divinity, and she gonna be a chaplain after all she did. I was like, wow. And I'm telling y'all this because, listen, I put it out there because it's freeing for me. It's freeing for me. I've dealt with that situation, and I realize that because we're in the same circles and we will see each other. And that's all it's going to be. We'll see each other, and I'm gonna keep it moving because you're dealing with anger and animosity that does not have anything to do with me. I did not molest you, and because I've been able, in her eyes, and this is how people look at you sometimes, because people looking at the outside. So in her eyes, it looks like, oh wow, she got it going on. She doing this. She doing that. She going to. You don't know what I'm dealing About that, y'all. Call came through. And what time is it? 10:30. I get calls all night. People call because people have problems, but I understand. So, I share that with you just to say that sometimes you got to let people go, and you have to be okay with letting them go. Anybody, and I say this over and over again, anybody that's not depositing anything great in your life or helping you to move forward, why are you around them anyway? Like, are you that needy? What's going on with you that you feel like you have to be around this person? I don't care if it was my mother or my father. I ain't doing that. And people may think that it sounds mean. I'm not doing it because I'm not ever going to let somebody take me down a road that I've already been on. Family, friend, nobody. Eric says, when is enough enough? This is there a time to act out? And I like what Zalika said. She says some people allow Satan to use them, and they are processed, and they are possessed, and they possessed with the principality of jealousy. Yes, and that's true. People are just so. I wish I could get this person right here who keeps putting this sex stuff on here. You're on YouTube. Get off of my page. Nobody over here wants to do porn. Go do that to yourself. Go find somebody else to do it with. And stop putting it on my page. Wait till I get off here because I'm going to report them anyway. The devil is really busy. He is so busy. He is so busy. But if I pass this test of keeping my mouth closed, I know it'll be a crown and glory for me, an extra crown. Because it's hard for me to do. I'm telling y'all, it's hard for me to do. And so Eric says, but Eric says, when is enough? Did he say something else? Oh, he said, when is enough enough? Is there a time to act out? I mean, Eric, why would you want to act out? That's what I've been sitting here saying the whole time. Why would you want to act out? Why would you want to act like them? If you know that you're getting yourself together and you're working on you and you're trying to be the best you that you can be, why would you let somebody else take you down another road? I've made all of the, you make all of these strides and of greatness and progress. And then every time this person comes around, you get pulled back in, then you have to check yourself. And I'm not talking to you specifically, Eric. I'm talking to everybody. If you keep getting pulled back into that vacuum, you have to check yourself and you have to dismantle that power that the person has over you. Anybody that keeps pulling you back into something and you allow it to happen, you can't just blame them. You have to blame yourself. And then you have to figure out why you keep allowing it to happen. What is it? Are you afraid that, if you say we're family and I got to dismantle you for a little bit, that you never want to see that person again? Believe me, they ain't going nowhere. I've dismantled a lot of people in my family and kept them moving. And we met up later on, sometimes a year or two later, but we met back up. But I wanted them to understand when I cut you off, I mean what I say. Somebody coming in the driveway. I have to keep looking back. So that's the thing. So you have to understand what you need to do. Like what is it? You got to find out. And again, I'm not just talking to Eric Short. I'm talking to everybody. He was asking a question. But you have to find out for yourself, what is it in you that's causing you to keep going back to something that is abusive, to somebody that doesn't have anything nice to say about you. They don't see any good in you. They're not depositing anything greatness in your life. Every time you get around them, you feel sad, you feel depressed, you feel angry sometimes. If I'm around somebody and as soon as I get around them, you start zapping a little bit of my energy, I'm out of the room. I'm serious. I'm out of the room because I didn't come out of my house for that. And I'm not going to be around people who are draining my energy, not even a little bit, not even 1%. Because Because when I feel it being drained, I promise you I'm gone. And I'm not even going to give you an explanation. I'm out of there. And I don't spend my time talking to people who are not depositing anything into my life or my well-being. What are we talking for? Like, no. So to answer your question, Eric, enough is enough when you cut it off. You said, when is enough enough? When you cut it off. What's your limit? And no, there should never be a time that you act out. Now, like I said a few minutes ago, sometimes people do act out because I'm going to tell you, these people with displaced anger make you want to string them up sometimes. But you have to watch yourself because what you have to understand that if you hit them, if you yell at them, if you curse at them, they still gonna be like that an hour after they feeling better. That's just who they are. They're negative, mean people. And they don't like to be around people who are happy. They can't figure you out. And because they are non-verbal, you don't know what they're thinking. And so, listen, that's all I got to say about that tonight. Let me make sure I got everybody's comments. Because like I said, I've been working all day long. And I'm going to go put my feet up. And that's the other thing. Like, sometimes people will see you in your element doing what you do. I'm going to be honest with y'all again. I'm going to be real transparent again. Because I know my haters are watching. Ever since I started that community church, the hate has been real. The things that people say, it's been real. The attitude, just the sheer nastiness, the comments have been real. And you will never see me get in front of this screen crying, being sad because somebody said something. Your community church ain't going to work. Well, first of all, it's not my community church. It's God's community church. That is something that God gave to me. And again, if you know me really, really well, you know that I don't take credit for anything because I don't know how to do anything. But God, I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to meet the people I've been meeting. It's something great coming up for me next month. I can't even make an announcement because there's too many haters. But you'll see it next month. You'll see it. And I just thank God because God is giving me peace in the midst of haters. And if people who have displaced anger, I hope you're listening and watching, the hatred, the anger, the bitterness that you have, if you would just take all of that you have for other people and use all of that energy that you put out and work on you and go and get some help, you would be an amazing person. You are an amazing person. You just don't know it. And the thing about it, nobody don't want to tell you. So I'm telling you, you're getting on people's nerves. And the ones that surround me, you're tap dancing on my nerves. And I have to remember the advice I just gave to Eric Shorts not to act out. And I'm not going to act out. But people are tired. So when you feel like you have this displaced, pent up anger and all of that, go and get some help. Please. And if you don't know where to go, you can inbox me. Now, I don't want to counsel you. I don't. But I'll send you to somebody. I'll say a prayer for you. But please get some help. I'm talking to mothers, fathers, children, friends, aunties, uncles, grandmothers, grandfathers, everybody. Go and get some help. People are tired of you being nasty and controlling. That's not pretty. It's not handsome. And like I said, it's not an accessory. Don't go with your outfit. Stop wearing it like it's an accessory. Let me see. Let me go back and see what else in these comments. She said, Zalika said, truth, misery. Oh my goodness. She is so right. Misery loves company. That's why I said, don't get yourself caught up in it, because you're walking into a trap that you're going to get caught in. You know, like those spider webs, you're going to get caught in that. Don't do it. And then Eric says, thank you for that. Oh, that's Zalika. She said, thank you for that, Dr. Lady J. Ken and I have to come and visit the community church. Is it at 11 a.m. on Saturdays? Yes, the community church is 11 o'clock every Saturday. And here's the thing about the community church, and the reason I say that God gave it to me, because friends who know me from back in the day, see, some of y'all just meet me like the past 3 years. So y'all meeting the new before me. But people who know me back in the day know that the last thing, my girlfriend and I were laughing about that. Because see, I thank God for my friends that I have, because the ladies in my life, they're not on the screen like, oh, I know Lady J or me and Lady. They're very quiet. You would never know that we're friends. But we talk, we go out, we have a good time, beautiful women. And we were, one of them, we were laughing a few weeks ago, because she was like, I remember you specifically saying that the last thing you wanted to do was be in a pulpit, be a pastor. You didn't even want to date a guy who was a pastor, elder, anything. And I'm like, yep, you're right. So now to actually be in that position, it's like, it's crazy. So that's why I say, when we talk about the community church, it's not something that I wanted to do. I feel like it's something, matter of fact, I'm not going to say I feel like it. It's what God gave me to do. That's what He wanted me to do. So it's not anything that, I just decided, oh, you know what, I'm going to do a community church. No, it was never like that. Believe me, it never was like that. I was really struggling to figure out what I was going to do with the whole chaplaincy thing, because the purpose of me going to chaplaincy school was that my mom, when she would get sick last year during COVID, we couldn't go into the hospital. So I was like, well, at least if I get the chaplaincy, certification, I'll be able to go and visit her so she doesn't have to sit by herself. Not realizing that was really all I thought about, for real, being honest. But not realizing that, not realizing that chaplaincy encompasses a whole bunch of stuff. It's not just you going to the hospital visiting the sick. Chaplaincy is like, you're dealing with people, mental illness. You're dealing with people who are, incarcerated. Like today, I got a thing from the police station. They're looking for chaplains. So chaplaincy encompasses a lot of stuff. And I realized that what I thought about chaplaincy is way more than that. So anybody who's thinking, bottom line, anybody who's thinking about going into the chaplaincy program, just understand that once you get in it, it will really help you to understand about like your relationship with God. Is this something that you really, really want to go into? Because that program, that chaplaincy program, is not for the faint of heart. You really have to study hard. You really have to make a decision about even the things that I'm talking to you guys about. You really have to decide, like, not decide, but it just comes down to, you got to practice what you preach. That's all. Because when they read everything to you about, as a chaplain, will you do this? Will you do this? Will you do? And you start looking at those questions, and you're like, okay. So, but that's the thing. So, yeah. So, community church was never anything that I decided I just wanted to be this pastor, because it was so many people in an uproar when I said community church. When they seen that I had got the doctorate in divinity, I just let people talk. Because if you got that much time to talk about me, you're actually helping to build my platform. Thank you so much. You know, that's how I look at it. You building my platform because you sending more people over here to look at me, and y'all did a great job. I tell you, you really did, because the ratings went up on my station. Thank you so much. So now, Eric Short said, maybe I'm amazing. Yes, Eric Short, you are amazing, and you have to know you're amazing. Now get your amazing self together and come on and do the things that you want to do in life. That's it. And let me see, Zalika said, God positioned you. Exactly, Zalika. That was all God's doing. And when I tell you a surprise, because the last to be is in the pulpit. Total surprise to me. I'm still asking God, is this sure are you sure this is what you want me to do? But you know, God, to be honest with you, God is blessing the community church. I'm telling you, people are watching online, people are coming out. So it really has nothing to do with me. And the community church, you know, I've said this over and over. I don't want people there who are members of other churches. The community church is for people who have just given up on God, given up on faith. They don't want to go to church. They don't want to deal with pastors. That's what the community church is for. And we are there to learn this word together. We're also there dealing with ourselves, because if you don't know who you are, you can go to church, as some people have done for the past 50 and 60 years. And I'm going to baptize y'all soon, because some of y'all sitting up in these churches for 50 or 60 years and you ain't never sinned. And I'm going to get y'all probably later this week if I have the energy, because I know that's going to drain the life out of me, because you sitting up in church like you have never not sinned, not one time. You ain't never sinned. So the community church is for us sinners. We understand that we have sinned. We understand that we have done some things wrong. We understand that we still have work to do on ourselves. And so we come together every Saturday from 11 to 12:30, and we deal with this inner person. And we start from up here. Because if your brain is not functioning the way it's supposed to, and if you don't understand what's going on up here in your brain, it's going to affect your entire body, and your body is going to be out of order. So that's what the community church is about. And God gave that to me. He gave that to me. I didn't come up with that. And we come and people are being blessed, because people are coming in and they're starting to understand why they act the way that they do, including me. I got to do a follow-up, as a matter of fact, because remember I told y'all that the last, and I hate to say sermon. I'm still trying to get used to saying sermon. Can I say talk? I don't like saying sermon. Anyway, the last talk that I did, I was talking about, what was it about? Being, but anyway, I forgot the title, but I was talking about being in stuck places, and I was telling everybody how I get stuck in my bedroom. So, I was reading the comments. I was telling y'all how I get stuck in my bedroom. And as I'm standing up there speaking, God started speaking to me. And I was like, oh my goodness, now I realize why I'm getting stuck in my bedroom, why I feel uncomfortable when I go in the room. And all of it had to do with me being molested and being in the taken in the bedroom all the time with the doors closed, and I can't get out, and hand over my mouth, and just feeling stifled. So everywhere I've lived, even in my marital home, I was never comfortable in my bedroom. And I was telling everybody that the whole house could be clean, beautiful, because I'm an OCD neat freak. But the bedroom, always messy. Let me tell y'all what God did. And this is why I tell y'all the community church is not only for blessing other people, but it's blessing me. Let me tell you what God did. He convicted me so much when I was standing up there speaking, and he told me that you can't teach other people and not follow what you're saying, or not practice what you're saying. Y'all, let me tell you something. And I did a live. First time I did a live in my bedroom, and I let people see just how I was a hoarder, a organized hoarder. That's a title for a message. Organ. Let me write this thing. Organized hoarders. And if I see any of y'all pastors taking that, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to baptize you. Not sue you, but I'm going to baptize you. Organized hoarders. Let me write this thing so I don't forget. Because I'm not going to remember that. I was an organized hoarder. When I went through that room, y'all, let me tell you, and some of y'all was watching when I was going through it. Clothes with price tags still hanging on them. Clothes, shoes, never worn, still in the box. I called the Purple Heart because I said, you know what? The thing about me, when I say I'm going to do something, I keep my word. I try to be a woman of my word. So I called Purple Heart on a Monday. What day can you come out? They said, we'll be there Thursday morning. I said, you know what? I'm not going to bed until I get all of this stuff out that's not supposed to be here. Because the Lord was telling me that once you clean your room, because there's stuff in your room. Ooh, I meant to talk about this another time, y'all. But it was stuff, and come out on Saturday, because I'm going to talk about this a little bit Saturday. But it was stuff in my room that I didn't feel like, that I didn't know was holding me back spiritually in my room. Y'all, once I started going to that room and I started cleaning stuff out, when I tell you I was feeling delivered, I was feeling lifted. I'm looking at some stuff that I had when I was with my ex. Why I still got that? We've been divorced for 10 years. I've been away from him for about 14 years. Why am I still moving from place to place with this stuff? Everything was organized in my room. Organized hoarding. Stuff under the bed, in the closet, all in my drawers, everything. And when I tell y'all, I had about 10 or 12 bags, hefty bags. And I just started throwing stuff in there. I said, I know Purple Heart, they probably didn't even put them clothes on the shelf. They probably took them home because they was brand new stuff. People saw me taking the stuff out and had price tags. They like, Lady J, can you say that from? Nope, because I need to get it out right now. And so that's what we learn at Community Church. And when I tell you now, when I go in my room, like I go in my room and it's life in there now. It is life. I love being in there. God told me to get some plants, some living plants to get. Ladies will know what I'm talking about. One of those tables, it's like a sofa table because I got a big bedroom. He said, take the sofa table, get a sofa table, put it against the wall under your TV and put some live plants on there. So when you sit on your chaise lounge chair that you relax in, you can look over and you can always smell those plants. It's life. It's life. It's life. And so let me tell y'all, Community Church, that's a blessing from God. That was my testimony. I wasn't even planning on telling y'all that, but that's the testimony for tonight. So anyway, y'all, I got to go because you know what? I am the sermon. The title this week is "It's in Your DNA." And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Come on out on Saturday. Because when you learn about who you are, you're gonna find out why you're dealing with a lot of foolishness and why you act the way you do. That's the topic for this week. You're going to see the flyer coming out probably on Thursday. I try to put them out. But the topic is, it's in your DNA. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good night. Have a great night. Is that Leslie Porter? Congratulations to Grandma Leslie Porter. She got a beautiful new grandbaby. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And thank you, Zalika, for coming on, and Eric Shorts and John Falco. I know I'm missing some people because I can't, I don't have my stand with me. So, oh, she said, be in the game, you got to be in all the way. You know that, Eric Shorts, because you're a basketball player. In order to be in the game, you got to be in all the way. All right, position yourself now. Position yourself, Eric Shorts. You know what I say, don't talk about it, be about it. And then Salika said, Ken and I have been looking for a church home. Come on over. Every Saturday, 11, 12:30. And let me tell you what else we do at the community church before I leave. At the community church, we minister to the needs of the community. Because ain't no need in sitting up in church and you getting all the information for yourself and you're not giving it to anybody else. Churches. Because y'all ain't learned nothing from the pandemic. Came back and still doing the same thing. Praying and jumping over chairs and yelling and screaming. And the homeless people still homeless and hungry. Amen. Everybody have a good night. Because I'm going to end on that note. Hopefully one day they'll wake up and realize that the pandemic was for a reason. And God was trying to tell you to get yourself together with these churches. And not only with the church. Tell the people that he's coming back. Because I think y'all forgot that too. Good night, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining me.